I apologize if my eyes are a little wiggly looking. I think the glare off of my glasses makes them go a little wild. But also sorry if my voice sounds a little froggy. My nose is stuffed. It's weather. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do the 3.2 live stream. It's gonna be awesome. Um, I have the Twitch on here. There we go. And we're gonna see what's coming. I mean, bunch of cool stuff is supposed to be happening. We have, let's see, Nahida. He's apparently going to be coming in the 3.2. We're going to have Lila, who is drip marketed. They say that we're going to see some clips of Kevin and maybe even like Scaramouche and a bunch of stuff that we're going to see if it's actually official and going to be announced today and all that great stuff. So hopefully that'll all work out. And if I hope you enjoy this viewing of the live stream. And if you're not watching me, I hope you watch the actual live stream and boost their numbers and all that great stuff. So let me see. I guess that's about it for the introduction. I haven't done this in a little while. I guess I'll just talk about a little bit about my plans. But when 3.2 drops, okay, assuming that Nahida is going to be the first banner, which I would think she would be, considering it's kind of like apparently end of the story quest for Sumeru and that type of stuff. I'm going to try to roll for her, and I'll be streaming that too, so we can check that out. But I think I have a 49 pity, and I have about 100 fates saved, and I also have like about 30 fates in the star glitter, I guess you could call it the star glitter bank. So in case I need to use them, they'll be there. But hang on a second, let me recalibrate here. Okay, hopefully that'll be a little bit better. Like I said, I think the reflection off of my glasses makes my the VTuber model pick up the flickering of my eyes, and then it doesn't really work super well. But maybe it'll be a little bit better later. I would take off my glasses technically if I could, but it makes everything blurry, and then I can't see anything. So that would be kind of ironic or awkward to react to. It's like I can't see for beans. But anyway, so the whole point is that I unfortunately am not guaranteed for Nahida, but with the amount I have saved up, I believe I'll be able to roll to pity, and then if I fail pity and I lose it, or I lose the 50-50 and somebody else, I still might be able to squeak out Nahida. I don't want to use my reserves, of course. I want to save them for characters like Kevin and Alhaitham and stuff like that. But I mean, I have them to use if I need to. We'll need to see. I see I have one viewer. Hi, viewer, whoever you are. I really wish that Twitch would actually tell me who is viewing, so I could say that person by name and not have to be like, oh, they have to talk in the chat for me to be able to address them. But whatever, it's as it is. Let me see. Yeah. So rolling for Nahida. I'm hoping Lila is on her banner as well, so I can get a couple of Lilas while I'm rolling for Nahida, since I'm going to be doing a lot of the stuff, or a lot of the rolls on her banner. But from the rumors I've heard, she's probably going to be on like the second phase banners, which, because it's like Nahida is enough of a draw to pull on her banner, and they want to have other people to pull on the other banners and more money and all that type of stuff. So, and Lila's a new character, but it's kind of the point of, you got, when you're rolling for 4 stars, you have to juggle the idea of, all right, if I get the 4 star, oh, somebody else went live. If I get the 4 star, or no, sorry. If I get the 5 star, sorry, it's still early for me. If I get the 5 star on the banner, will I be upset about it? And as long as I think it's a character I don't have, I wouldn't be upset. Like, for example, when I was rolling for Toma, the banner was of Hu Tao, and I didn't mind with Hu Tao because I didn't have her. Although I am a future Baizu main, and Baizu and Hu Tao kind of have a thing against each other a little bit ish. So I was kind of like, am I betraying Baizu for this? Like, no. But it was fine. Unfortunately, Toma decided to be difficult, and I think I might have spent something like 90-ish fates or something, and I was trying to save for Ayato or Ayato, whichever. I think it's Ayato. I just is saying his name, and so it was a little bit of a doozy, because what happened was I started rolling, okay, and I got Hu Tao, and I was like, okay, Hu Tao, this is great, it's like I don't have her, stuff like that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll keep rolling. Oh, hi Blaze, thanks for coming. Hopefully I can get the Twitch stream to work properly so we don't miss too much. I really wish that Twitch had kind of like a a countdown screen, because this thing will go live and then like Mihoyo will like immediately start their live stream, and so I can sometimes end up missing the first like few clips of their opening, video, and it's just like, so I end up having to watch it a little bit later. But when it gets closer, I'm going to be refreshing like mad, so hopefully we'll get to see it properly. But anyway, what was I saying? Let me see about Nahida. Oh yeah, so I went and I rolled and I got Hu Tao, and I was like, okay, this is good, or this is okay because I got Hu Tao and stuff like that. And then I kept rolling trying to get Toma, and Mona showed up, and I was like, oh gosh, Mona. Mona always seems to ruin my pity. Not all the time, but it's just like whenever I'm really going for a character I want, she's the one who shows up and ruins it, and I'm just like, oh gosh, Mona, please. What is that? Oh, there was something in the screen. Okay, never mind. So, but anyway, so then I got Mona, and I'm like, okay, well, at least I'm guaranteed, right? So now I only have to save 90 for Ayato, and we'll go from there, right? But then we ended up having it where I kept rolling, and I ended up getting another Hu Tao. So not only was my guaranteed now reset, along with my pity, but I also had used up a lot more of my fates for Ayato than I wanted to, and so I was kind of in a bag, and I still didn't have Toma, so I was starting to pull my hair out basically, and I was like, all right, and I did like I think another 10 pull or whatever, and then he finally came home, and I was like, Toma, thank you for finally arriving, and I was just it was wild. It was wild. Recently I did my rolls for Tignari and Zhongli, and I had saved up 180 for that, so I was definitely going to get Tignari, but I started rolling and I lost the 50-50, and it was Chi-Chi, which, I mean, like I said, but future Baizu main, perfect, Chi-Chi is A-okay. I love her little cold bean self. She's a good girl, but I got her, and then and then Tignari showed up on the next pity. Then I managed to have enough fates, and so I hopped over to Zhongli's banner, and I started rolling again, and Chi-Chi showed up again. So I was just like, oh my gosh, am I never gonna get Zhongli? This is like the 4th time I've tried to roll for him, and my pity keeps getting messed up. But I kept going, because I did have at least a little bit more, and then he came, I think, in the next 30 rolls, so I was like forever grateful. I was like, it was like he took pity on me, like haha pity, that he was like, oh, you rolled for me like for the in the last three banners, and this is the fourth banner. Okay, I guess I'll give it to you. He decided to be a gentleman and come home, so that was kind of funny. Um, I mean, it ended up working out, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. But it was still, it's like, oh, gee, why is this happening to me? Type of thing. But anyway, so there's that, and but I'm kind of excited, to see about with because they say that Kevin or Cave, I think they say his name Cave, that um, he's not going to be playable yet, but apparently, but they are going to kind of show his model or show him in the game or something at some point. And people are hoping that they actually see, what he looks like in this one. Um, it's going to be kind of the same thing they did with Mika on how they showed him in the live stream. He was in a cutscene in the game. You got to talk to him and stuff, but then he ran away, and then we didn't see him for the rest of the event, which wasn't, I guess, not super weird, but I was just like, I was expecting him to kind of come back at some point, but he didn't quite, come back, unfortunately. But so there's that whole bit. But yeah, we don't know when Mika is gonna be playable. I've heard that he's a 4-star, so um, it's going back to just the whole pulling on banners of 4 stars and things. You don't want to roll on a banner for a 5-star character that you don't want, and you really should not use the excuse of, oh, I'm building pity, right, as they say, because building pity is very dangerous, because at any time, any of those 10 rolls, even if your pity is like 2, you know, you could end up rolling and getting that 5-star. For example, like when I was rolling for Ito, which I have that video on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. I was rolling for Ito. Yeah, Blaze is right. Yeah, what's the point of building it? Just save your fates. Just have them on the side. Keep them in your pocket. And then you can roll when you actually get there. I mean, with my coming up with my Nahida rolls, I actually do have a chance of getting her because I've been saving up my fates. I mean, I'm lucky enough at this point that my pity is 49, so it won't take me too many rolls to get to pity again. But I only end up building that pity kind of by accident because I was rolling for Candace, and that was after 2 Sinos showed up, which was very weird. I didn't stream that one, unfortunately. I decided to not do that one. But yeah, I ended up rolling and getting 2 Sinos, and I was like, I just want Candace. I mean, it's like, welcome Sino, but I'm like, oh my gosh. So one of my friends actually uses Sino, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if he's exactly a Sino main. I think he's more of a Sucrose main, but Sucrose is like super super cute. I love her. It's kind of weird because I don't use Sucrose because I have the Animo Traveler, and I end up getting such into the routine of using Animo Traveler that I didn't. Yeah, it's Blaze. It's Blaze. Well, I was trying to keep your identity a secret if you wanted me to. So I do not know, what is that little floaty thing there. That is very weird. Blaze, you can see me okay and everything, right? Oh, if it's about a game 7 sign, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so it's okay, good. Yeah, there's some little white floaty thing going around my border for some reason. Oh, maybe it's a watermark or something. Maybe Animes wants everybody to know that, oh, she's using our stuff. She's using our stuff. But if you can't, yeah. So I've never seen that before. It's very weird. But anyway, I guess it's not important. As long as it's not like going in front of my face. That's rude. But anyway, yeah, they didn't used to have that. I guess it's an update that they put in there because they want attention. Yeah, because they have their whole like, ooh, upgrade, pay us, all that type of stuff. But oh well, as long as it's not too super annoying. Let me minimize that. Well, I mean it's along the sides of the view box. So if I shrink the view box, then it'll just shrink closer to my face. But it's all right. I mean, hey, I'm getting to use it for free, so there's if they want to put little things in the corner, they can do that. Although I kind of wish they just leave it in the corner and there, then I'd be fine. But anyway. But yeah, I'll be putting the codes in the chat when we see them, so that way we'll be all be able to use them. But what was I saying about or talking about? Yeah, well, so with the whole thing with Nahida and stuff, like I said, my pity's at 49, and I have about. Let me check. I have it written down somewhere. Hmm. 103 fates. So with that 103 fates plus the 49 pity, I have basically kind of saved. I have 152 out of 80, or out of 180 to get a guaranteed Nahida. So that's almost, let's see, if you added 30 star glitter fates to that, that would be, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it would be end up being 182. So if I have to use my reserves, and of course that is, let me go back here. You know, yeah, oh, there was a watermark when I was chatting. Yeah, that is so weird. I don't know why that's doing that. I'll have to look into it a little bit later. Right now, we're gonna get our the stream's gonna happen in about 8 minutes, but maybe I have to update the animes or something. They do have this thing in the corners like, ooh, beta animes rooms and stuff like that. Recalibrate again. Okay. Yeah. Because if I go, yeah, because I'm not, when I'm chatting, there's nothing there. Oh, that is so weird. People and their watermarks. I mean, I get that they want to have, um, credit and coverage and stuff like that, but like, why do it during the gameplay, but not on the chatting? Because I mean, I could be a YouTuber or VTuber who's just like chatting, on and so on and so forth, and not do any games, and they wouldn't be getting their coverage in that part. So very weird. But I guess as long as it's not too annoying. But anyway. But yeah, so with Nahida and everything, we'll be good to go. Like to get her, even if my luck is horrible and I lose the 50-50 and I have to go all the way to 90, which obviously I'm hoping not to, crossing my fingers. But that's the whole idea. So we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. Like I said, I don't want to use my reserves, but I will if I have to. Um, I do have that 180 save for Baizu though, at least. So then that is not going to be touched ever, or at least until Baizu comes out, which they say he might be coming out in 3.6. They say it's a leak, that it's not a speculation. I don't know. I'm crossing my fingers even tighter for that one. I'm like, please. Please finally come out, considering that he's been in the game since 1.0. And so he still isn't playable after 2+ years. I think by the time 3.6 comes along, it's going to be it'll be basically 3 years almost. Some people even said, I heard this one thing, that the official beta of Genshin had started back in like the April March time, and Baizu had been in the game in the story quest at that point, because you can see him, like they didn't need any updates. It was just you had Mondstadt and you had the first part of the Leeway storyline, and he was there at the end of the Leeway storyline. So there's that whole thing. Let me refresh this. It's probably going to be the same, but maybe I'll have to give them a suggestion box or something of, please put. Oh, look, there it goes. It changed. They're still offline though, but oh, look at that. It's okay. So we got the Traveler, we got Nahida, Paimon, and there's pretty sure that's Scaramouche's from what they said. My gosh, the guy's got a Gundam. Which yeah, that's click the notification bell. Well, I think I have the notifications on. Yeah. So I just wish that Twitch had something kind of like with what YouTube had, where they had it where it's like, ooh, okay, the thing's gonna start in 10 seconds, so it gives you time to basically refresh your page. Also, too, YouTube makes it so that you don't have to be refresh it as long as you're on the page. Like if I was to like make this thing full screen, it should automatically start, if it was on YouTube. But they don't do that, I guess, because Twitch is meant for like long streams, like people playing for hours and hours. And in that case, it whatchamacallit, it doesn't matter for Twitch if the first few seconds are, I guess not cut off, but like it's one of those, it doesn't really matter if somebody misses the first few seconds. But with the Genshin live streams, it matters because they usually put in the big fancy preview video first. And so when you end up missing that kind of, we're not missing the whole thing, but like missing a few seconds of it in the beginning, it kind of sets things off. But like I said, at least they loaded it up onto YouTube, and technically I would be probably watching just the YouTube version, because they do this stream on the YouTube as well, but it's like later, like at noon, and by that point everybody kind of knows now, and it's going to be all over Twitter and stuff like that. So if you actually want to get any surprise, you have to basically watch the Twitch one, unless you're just not on Twitter at all, which I think even if you're on like something like Tumblr or Facebook or anything, you're still gonna see it. So it's just like you have to ignore the internet for like let's refresh again. But I think it's gonna be cool, yeah, because we go at full screen. You can see it a little bit better. Yeah. I like Nahida. She's such a good girl. People complain about her Dookie line, but I'm like, the Dookie line is one of the things that reminds you that, yeah, she's still a child. That she has a mind of a kid. I mean, little spoiler alert, the Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is supposed to is Nahida, but basically what happened was that she used her powers to, I think, fight back at the Cataclysm, and very similar to the Aranara, she unfortunately lost her memories and shrank down in size. I'm gonna do with a refresh. You know, she went and she shrank down in size, and she doesn't remember being Ruka Devata or anything like that. So, in a way, you could say Ruka Devata had died, but in the other way, she didn't really, because... Oh, here we go. Is it going? Oh, no. Come on. It's 8 o'clock. Oh, there we go. Watch now. Okay, and I'm going to move that and unmute this. Oh, okay, and it is dark. Maybe I should refresh. There we go.
I know.
We
And of
obtained
course, you got the
documents from
stupid
Giving Up
ads.
Parties is offering new Charbroil double deals starting at $2.99 each.
Can I take a closer look?
Oh, wow.
Bite into these new double cheeseburger deals
I hate
only
these
at Hardee's.
ads. I hate them. See, you cut it off. Okay, here we go.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh,
We have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
Huh? Did I just see something dart by?
Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
Oh,
Amazing.
oh, good. She's
So
okay.
this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. Yeah!
She's so cute.
Hey! Make yourself at home! Yeah! But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
Oh, there's Lila. Oh, he's pretty.
Is it too late for an extension? Ha! Not now. Stars, shine for me.
I feel so bad for her.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Uh-oh.
So, you think this is over?
Oh.
Wait. No. I can't.
Oh my gosh, she's crying.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
The balladeer has already become a god?
No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of Wisdom.
You abandoned because they're stupid. Oh my god, yeah.
At my command, you shall fall. My endless cycle begins. Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
I must admit that I'm a little scared. But I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hithem's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Brothers, let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Wizar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
Creating a god. We are using human wisdom to create a god. let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
No, no, no. Let's not. Oh, that's gonna be such a hard fight. Oh. I'm gonna exit full screen for a second so I can write this down. Yeah, make sure that you use CP 942 Z3XVWH. I think I got that right. Like, right. S there. 6S P942 Z3X VW8. Yeah, there you go. Right, and I will put it here in our chat. Yeah, yeah. Scaramouche gets a Gundam. Basically, it's like, wow.
So, we've got a lot to unpack from that trailer.
Yeah. After experiencing the Sub-Zero's Festival, Samsara, and surviving our journey through the desert, we'll finally get to the riveting end of the Sumeru Archon Quest in version 3.2. Picking up right where we left off, the Traveler is teaming up with some amazing characters to face the Academia, and now we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Nahida's been locked up by the Doctor inside the Sanctuary of Surasthana. It's not like we can just go walking in there. And on top of that, we're dealing with two of the Fatui Harbingers now. We've got the Balladeer in his super powerful looking boss form, as well as the Doctor, who seems to be a real tricky one to predict.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, the Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
Yeah, definitely a tricky situation.
Totally. And besides these two Harbingers, we can be sure the Grand Sage will also be on his guard. But hey, with the help of two insiders like Sino and Alhaitham, we might just have a way into the Academia.
Well, as the General Mahamatra, Sino also has his own agenda. After being tracked and predicted by the Academia for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
I hope so.
And if we're hoping to truly save Sumeru, we'll definitely need the power of the Dendro Archon to help us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how everyone's hard work and coordination plays out.
And I don't know about you guys, but besides saving Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul. Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us. World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through version 3.2.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious what the future for Sumeru will be once they get through all of this and, well, you know, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way.
Yeah, same. I just hope things will work out for everyone affected by Elazar, like Dunyarzad and Kale. Oh, and we can't forget the desert dwellers who have been mistreated all these years. There's a lot that needs to change for them, too.
Right. So be sure not to miss Chapter 5 of the Archon Quest.
We gotta
Akasha
deal with
pulses,
pollution
the cult
and
of flame
racism.
rises. It'll be quite the ride, and I hope everyone will enjoy it.
Yeah, and of course, the end of this quest won't be the end of everyone's journey in Sumeru. There are still many puzzles and mysteries waiting to be solved. Whether it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome!
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk about that massive mechanical-looking puppet we've seen. That's the god that the Academia has been creating.
That's right, and now that you mentioned it, let's talk about the Balladeer boss battle.
Oh boy.
Whew, this boss looks tough. The Doctor must have put a lot of his energy into this.
Yeah, the Balladeer has lots of strong and awesome looking abilities, so why don't we start by checking out some gameplay from the new boss battle?
Sounds good.
Woo!
Bring a shield. I'm saying right now, bring a shield. It does look really awesome though. I like the music. What is that thing following us? It's like a grass rabbit. Oh gosh, it's got 2 stages too. Well, I guess it would make sense. I mean, both Child has 3, Sonora has 2. Of course, he has. Oh no! That's Honkai's from the Hershey the Void attack. Run, Ether, run! Oh gosh, he even tries to step on us. Wow.
Oh, wow, just look at the size of it. Pretty sure this boss is gonna push travelers to the limit.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, that thing is huge! And come to think of it, this is like the 3rd Fatui Harbinger boss battle we've had. They really keep stepping up the art and design every time. It's so awesome!
Yeah!
It's so cool!
This is an ultra-powerful puppet we're going up against here. So we're talking huge attacks and epic moves. Let's break it down a bit. In the first phase of the battle, the Balladeer will use his massive arms to attack everyone. The arms are capable of utilizing different elemental powers, and there are several types of abilities, including attacks that create fields of burning or freezing effects on the ground.
Oh, you know what? This fight kind of reminds me of when we fight Ruin Guards. I think we'll have to come up with a way to paralyze
Ruin
it.
Guards and Doctori is part of that.
And
oh my
you might have
gosh.
noticed there are some arcane formations on the ground, so activating those might trigger some interesting effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, he's kinda cute. Oh, maybe it's a Paimon reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's also super powerful. Travelers will need to charge energy for this little helper and use its special skill to counter the boss in battle.
A helper in a boss fight.
Oh,
Yeah, that's definitely not Paimon.
Once the Balladeer has transformed into this massive form, our usual attacks won't deal any tangible damage to him. So, the only thing capable of breaking through his defenses will be our little helper that we just mentioned. There will even be some moments in the fight where travelers will need to use an aiming mode to attack the boss's weak points.
Oh, who would have guessed that little thing would be so important against a boss the size of the Balladeer?
I know, right? They also use some amazing special effects for all of the Balladeer's moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey special effects of his skills really kind of remind me of the Raiden Shogun skills.
Ah, you're right. And seriously, I can't wait to check out this new boss fight. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the new boss battle, I think it's time to introduce the first of our new playable characters coming in version 3.2.
Yay, Nahida.
Let's welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida.
She's so cute.
Yay, finally!
After everything we've experienced in the story so far, I think Nahida's already like a good friend to us. It's seriously so crazy what we've been through.
Aw, I'm so happy to hear you say that, Zach.
She deserves
Okay,
hugs.
so throughout our journey, maybe everyone's already noticed some of the unique, yeah, let's call it that, unique metaphors that Nahida likes to use. And yeah, they can be pretty out there. Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea. But the truth is, she has yet to set foot in the outside world since she was born. To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's really hard to imagine that the god of wisdom had been locked up for 500 years. Just makes me upset just thinking about it.
Under house arrest.
But I'm sure everything will work out sooner or later.
If travelers would like to spend more time with Nahida, then be sure to check out Nahida's story quest, Sapientia Oromastes chapter.
I will be
The
doing
quest
that
will
soon
be
as I can.
available upon completing the Sumeru Archon quest. So be sure to check out the quest to learn more.
It's nice that we'll get to spend more time with her, but I want to see Nahida in battle. What you got for us, Kimberly?
Oh, I've got lots to share. But before we get to that, let's have a quick peek at Nahida in action.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Her attacks are so cute.
Grow, grow, grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Apparently she can also collect materials with that skill. And also read some NPC's minds.
She's so cute!
Look at her.
I love her!
Aw, little Nahida is so cute. I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh, and her swing too. So what's that skill that looks like she's using a viewfinder or something? That seems pretty different.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with her viewfinder-ish kind of skill, which is actually her elemental skill. As a catalyst user, Nahida's combat style is pretty unique. You may cast her elemental skill by tapping the skill button, or you may hold the button to enter in aiming mode. Opponents who are selected while aiming will be linked by Nahida's special mark. After you trigger elemental reactions on opponents who are linked, and when they take damage from dendro cores, Nahida will unleash Tri-Karma Purification, dealing dendro damage.
Whoa, this is so cool. Yeah, I love how it's like connecting the enemies together.
Outside of combat, Nahida can use her elemental skill and enter the aiming mode we just mentioned to interact with certain harvestable items, allowing her to collect items directly to the inventory from a distance.
Whoa, wait. Being able to harvest materials like that is gonna be so cool. That'll really save us some time.
Yeah. This skill may also have some additional uses, so travelers will have to give it a try themselves and see.
Ooh, okay.
Nahida's elemental burst is where things get really interesting. Upon unleashing her burst, Nahida manifests the Court of Dreams, expanding a special field.
That's pretty amazing. The effect really does look like some royal court or palace.
Yeah, different effects will be produced based on whether there are pyro, electro, and hydro characters in the party. While Nahida is within the special field, a pyro member in the party will increase the damage of Tri-Karma Purification. An electro party member will decrease the intervals at which Tri-Karma Purification is triggered, and a hydro party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the elemental types I just mentioned, then the effects will be increased further.
Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now. We'll really have to focus on which effects we want to achieve and put some thought into our team's composition.
Right? A key thing to remember is that these effects can be triggered while Nahida is not on the battlefield, as long as the active character remains in the special field radius.
Nice. Also, in addition to Nahida, we have one other character joining us in version 3.2.
Lila.
That's right. She's a very peculiar academia student. Her name is Layla. Most days, she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology. So it's no wonder people around her might consider her a little strange and mysterious. And even though she's always groaning about her studies, most of Layla's research work is actually fine overall. It's just her lack of confidence that's really holding her back.
She is really
And that's when her unusual ability comes into play.
And her ability is sleepwalking.
Yeah. What? While she is sleeping, Layla unleashes her true self, allowing her to regain the confidence she needs and activate the talents and strengths she's had all along. As soon as she starts sleepwalking, her unfinished papers no longer seem like the monumental tasks they were, and she completes them in no time.
Well, at least he's technically
This
getting
is
sleep.
definitely something only Layla can do. Our viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework. But does Layla have any idea what happens when she's sleepwalking? I mean, does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of it. The papers are obviously full of her handwriting, after all. But there have been some weird instances. For example, once during crunch time while researching, she sleepwalked and climbed the wall of Sawmill, and then randomly bumped into Candace. Such weird occurrences have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
And aside from her sleepwalking, just like any other student, Layla has many typical things that she hopes to achieve, as well as some regrets. She wants to be able to make friends and go out and have fun, but it seems like she'll never be able to do any of that until she graduates.
And
I know that
actually,
feeling.
I'm guessing that she uses her sleepwalking abilities in combat too, right?
You bet. Let's have a look at Layla in combat.
Sweet.
Even when we're not looking up at the stars, they're always there. Watching us. My guiding stars!
So she's literally falling asleep in that one.
Stars, shine for me.
quietness.
It almost looks like she's sleeping while being protected by the shield.
This shield not only protects Layla, but also creates night stars while it is active. When a character protected by the shield uses an elemental skill, more night stars will be created. Once 4 night stars have been accumulated, they will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing damage to any opponent's hit.
Ooh.
Ah, night stars. I love how her skills have a starry theme. It ties into her studies.
Yeah, throughout the skill's duration, each time a night star is accumulated, the shield strength will increase. This effect can stack up to a maximum of 4 times.
Whoa.
Layla's elemental burst unleashes a dream sphere that constantly fires starlight slugs at opponents within its AoE, while also generating night stars for Layla's shield. As a talented Ratawa student, Layla also comes in handy when crafting. When Layla crafts character talent materials, she has a set chance to receive double the product.
Ah, nice.
Sweet. Anyway, when can travelers expect to see these new characters available in-game?
Oh,
Great question. That brings us to our new event wishes. In the early part of version 3.2, Nahida and Yoimiya will be available. In the later part of the version, we'll be seeing rerun event wishes for Yaemiko and Tartaglia, and Layla will become available for the first time. Also, a new 5-star weapon, 1,000 Floating Dreams, will be appearing in the new weapon event wish.
Oh, nice. By the way, I've heard that Layla's been getting ready recently to participate in Sumeru's Beast Tamer tournament. But before we get into that, I think it's time for us to take another break. We'll be back with the latest info on events coming in the version update.
So I know what you're thinking. It's time for Redemption Code. You guys get it?
Boo.
I know.
Boo.
All right, that's enough.
Either's face. All right, let me write this one down. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they put Lila on the other banners, but I can see why they did. I unfortunately will probably not be rolling for her on that part because I already have Child and Yaemiko. So let's see. Okay, so KS6QL3YJFCWN. Okay, and I will put that in our chat too. Water sucrose. Yeah, well actually she's cryo, so it would be cryo sucrose. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You have a party of sucrose-like characters. At least in the voice terms. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to skip Lila and wait until she hops up on another
Welcome
banner.
back to the version 3.2 special program, everyone.
Oh, look, a free Dory.
Next, we'll take a look at some of the new events for the coming update. An amazing fungus competition is about to begin in the lands of Sumeru. Not only has it attracted local competitors from Sumeru, but also spectators from other nations.
Fungus competition? How does that even work? Aren't fungi dangerous? They're always attacking us in the wild.
I know it sounds a little weird, but you'll love it. In this contest, participants will use a special gadget called a Wisdom Orb to catch and train their fungi and participate in battle events. Although the fungi often pose as little troublemakers for us in the wild, using this gadget will allow travelers to establish a certain level of communication with them.
Okay, so if I catch and train a Jade Plume Terror Shroom, then I should be pretty much unstoppable, right?
Oh no, come on, that wouldn't be fair.
In this event, travelers will be able to sneak up on fungi in some certain areas to catch them. Unfortunately, the Jade Plume Terror Shroom is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Too bad.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching different kinds of fungi, you can follow Paimon's suggestion and give them cute names. But most importantly, you will have to train your fungi.
That sounds fun.
Travelers will have to use special floral jelly ingredients to mix and form blends that your fungi enjoy and unlock their true potential. While mixing ingredients, you use copy, switch, and rotate functions, and place a preset formula you have in the corresponding spot.
Aw, looks kind of like jelly. I bet Paimon's gonna be all over that.
Hey, Paimon wouldn't ever do that!
Well, I can tell why you didn't book that role.
And with all these different kinds of fungi, They should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be 2 challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense. Travelers will be able to command their fungi's abilities, have them coordinate their attacks against a single target, and control them to defend the Leyline Monolith.
Aw, they're so cute. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. As for the rewards, in addition to Primo Gems and various materials, once travelers have reached a certain phase of the event, they will also be able to summon the great and almighty merchant, Dory.
And Layla will be appearing in the event storyline, as well as a familiar visitor from another nation. Any idea who it could be?
Supposedly a fun guy.
Okay, I see what you did there. I respect it.
The voice actor
Let's
does more
leave that
jokes
for
Sino
travelers
than
to
Sino
discover
does.
themselves in the event.
Come on, guys, fun guy.
Okay, next up we have a change of pace with an
It looks
all-new
cute.
Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to use characters' special abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering an overloaded reaction with Yenfei's and Klee's attacks, or use Yelan's elemental skill to move quickly and dodge giant pinballs. Here are some others. Use Xiao's plunging attack to send platforms back to the ground, or use Beto's elemental skill to hit the ball.
This sounds like some pretty unusual training.
Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, this event will support co-op gameplay.
Ooh,
Oh.
do it together.
This sounds like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. But what about objectives for characters that maybe we haven't unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding characters will be provided as trial characters in the challenges.
Ooh.
Perfect.
In addition to these events, version 3.2 will also feature an event for our players to put their skills to the test. This time, we'll have a new edition of the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Nice. So,
Because we got
what
the-
changes
the
can
cube.
travelers expect this time around?
The most
Dendro
notable
cubes.
change, of course, will be the addition of the new Dendro Hypostasis. That's right, the last member of the Hypostasis family will be officially landing in version 3.2. Besides serving as a new open world boss, the Dendro Hypostasis will also be busy performing alongside its fellow Hypostases in the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Hypostasis.
This time around, travelers will be facing challenges featuring the Dendro, Cryo, Pyro, and Hydro Hypostases. Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff effect to use. However, as you increase the difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
I've done
so
quests
what
with things
options
like
do
this
we have
before.
once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will still be able to use food and potions from their inventory. If you're aiming to just collect all the Primo Gem rewards, then don't worry, you won't need to up the difficulty too much.
Okay, good to know. Whew.
Last
I,
time it
for
was
one,
pretty-
will
pretty
definitely
easy.
not be upping the difficulty.
In getting like the Primo
And
gems.
just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once they have joined your world.
Great. We can help each other out.
Oh yeah.
Now that we've covered the challenge event, let's take a quick look at a couple more casual events coming our way in the new update. First, we'll be finding inspiration for an illustrator in the Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens event.
Oh, we
And
did
once
that
again,
before in,
we'll be working together with Lieben in Marvelous Merchandise.
Inazuma, I think.
It's also worth mentioning here that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around. Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and can make use of the rotate and focus functions to take better pictures.
That's great.
While you're out taking pictures, you may run into some interesting storylines along the way. So be sure not to miss Outside the Canvas Inside the Lens.
Man,
That
I
was a
love
fun
these
event.
kinds of events. Sign
like
me
that.
up.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh.
In addition to all these new events, we also have some news on system-related updates and optimizations. I'm really excited about the first of these, which is regarding the Serena Teapot. Starting with version 3.2, the Serena Teapot will be adding the long-awaited replication system.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's super amazing.
Yeah. This feature will allow travelers to use sharing codes to bring designs from other travelers' teapots and implement them in their own.
That's going to
or
be very helpful.
share their own teapot designs. I know there may be some travelers out there who have seen some amazing teapot designs that they've wanted to
Especially
also
if you
create
can't do
themselves,
clipping.
but didn't have the
Well.
ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to bring that creativity back to their own teapot or share their creativity with others.
Get ready to hit up your friends with amazing teapot skills.
I can't wait to see everyone sharing their designs, especially with me.
Which brings us to our final update to share with everyone. This one is regarding the game's available languages. Starting with version 3.3, which will be the update following this one, Genshin Impact will be adding Turkish and Italian to the game language settings. So, players who'd prefer to see the game's text and UI in those languages can look forward to that.
The team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world can enjoy the game and start their own journeys through the world of Teyvat.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official channels and keep an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow, we've covered a ton of stuff. Seriously, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. So now is probably a great time for our last redemption code.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't mention anything about the Sumeru teapot. So we'll have to look at that, because I know I'm hoping that they will give us one that's not necessarily completely level up the tree like they did for the Inazuma one, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got GS 6R LK JK WUER. Okay, I will post that into the chat. Oh, I'm quiet. Yeah, it might be because I have the sound up on the live stream. But that's okay. But anyway, yeah, it's
Well, everyone, I think we've covered just about everything coming our way in version 3.2, which means we've arrived at the end of our special program.
Aww, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we covered a ton of stuff.
So much stuff.
Yeah. So many events too. But the thing that I'm most excited about is, of course, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the Balladeer. Dude, it looks so insane.
Yes!
I have no idea how I'm gonna do that.
The chibis are so adorable.
Yeah, no, for me, oh my gosh, so many things. Battling the Dendro Hypostasis, and of course the fabulous Fungus Frenzy. Getting my little fungi and battling with them. And, the teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm so behind on my teapot, so I can't wait to get some designs from others, or at least, get some inspiration from getting another teapot design.
And just as we mentioned earlier, even though the Sumeru Archon quest will be reaching its final chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru. In our story this time, we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope it will be an amazing experience for all of our travelers. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon be with all of you.
See you in game, everyone. Bye.
See.
Aww. One, I like that picture. I just want to, hug her and protect her. Pause that. We don't need that. But yeah, wow. I mean, we'll go to the chat. Yeah, I had the live stream sound up so that we could all hear it. But yeah, that's the live stream. I did not see Kevin, but maybe if you go back to the video, he might be in there. He's supposed to be in 3.2 story. So, unlike Ayato, who basically was like behind the scenes / nowhere. Let's go to chatting. Behind the scenes nowhere until everything was finished, and then we were kind of like, where is he? It seems like Kevin might be more actually into the story, even if he doesn't do very much. But yeah, I mean, I did see something in the one video with I saw Tignari. I'm like, oh no, what happened to Tignari? But I didn't quite react to it in enough time. But yeah, make sure you go and redeem those codes. I'm gonna do it right now so I don't forget. Okay, redeem there. Because these do go bad. They don't. I don't even think they're active for like 24 hours, and I think it's like more like 12 or something. So the good thing is you can redeem them from the website, so you don't have to go into the game. But yeah, so there you go. It's pretty cool. Let me see. I wonder if they put it on YouTube yet. I mean, not the whole live stream, but like the video. Let me see. They might hold off on doing it until they do the Genshin stream on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have it up just yet, it looks like. Last one is the Traveler's Reverie, talking about the music. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff going on there. And let me see, because there was a lot of stuff to catch up on. So we have, of course, the fight with Scaramouche. Doctori is being sus, which is understandable because he always is. So you got him. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of one of those things of like Scaramouche. Yeah, I know you love to do the fandango. Yeah. But what was I saying? I kind of I'm guessing here, but I kind of have the feeling that like the Scaramouche battle is going to be our distraction, and meanwhile the Doctori is going to sneak in and steal the Gnosis from Nahida and stuff like that, which is, from what I know from the story, it's going to bring down the Akasha, so everybody's going to lose their little Wi-Fi connection basically. So that's a thing, and which might not necessarily be the worst thing, because the sages, it's like the sages are supposed, in the academia, is supposed to be kind of like the university or the college of Sumeru. They're not supposed to be the ruling body, and they kind of took over after like 500 years ago, and they got so big for their britches that it's kind of like, yeah, these people are now threatening lives, and I mean, I saw someone complain about Nilou and how, she's, kind of boring and stuff. I'm thinking, you forget that this poor woman had to deal with being basically shamed in front of a crowd for 50 plus times. And yes, she doesn't remember a lot of it, but on the other hand, it does wear on her. I mean, it was shown that stuff like the stress and everything would wear on her. So even if she couldn't remember it, it was still horrible. So it was the point of like, yeah, just she deserves kudos and everything, and they all do, because it got ridiculous. The fact that the researchers felt that was okay, and then a bunch of other stuff that they do is just like, it's so racist and so harmful to other people. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm hoping we get to kick their butts and set them into straights, and if not, just plain, kick them off their pedestal, because before the end of 3.2, because I'm not gonna I don't want to stand for that. I mean, it's like with A, from Inazuma, like, she did bad things and stuff, and but at least she did kind of get better, and she started realizing that, the world is changing even when, around me, and there's nothing I can really do about it, so maybe I have to look at the world in a new way. And I mean, A has the excuse because she was, or not exactly an excuse, but like a reason-ish, because she was depressed, and she was afraid, and she'd lost everybody that she loved, almost everybody, including her twin sister. So it's like, yeah, I get it. But with these sages, they're just like, we're just going to try to get knowledge and stuff, and meanwhile, we're going to be jerks about it. So I'm hoping we get to kick them off their pedestal there. But Oh gosh, it's a lot. Maybe once the video is loaded up, at least that main one, I'll watch it again, but that won't be for a couple of hours probably. And unfortunately, I don't think we can go back through the stream. Let me check over on my side after the stupid ads. I'll mute the ad. Yeah, it doesn't, well, I wonder if the thing would upload the video already. That's live. I want to go to the official one. Yeah, no, it hasn't loaded up the video on Twitch yet. But anyway, so I can look into that a little bit more and let you guys know. But there you go. So that was the stream. Like I said, make sure you use the codes, and thanks for coming. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, I will be doing my Nahida pulls. I think that's the 30th that 3.2 is going to go live. I might end up doing it on the 31st, which is Halloween, just because I'm going to be really busy during the 30th. So I might have to wait a little bit. It kind of depends on how things go. But I will be doing Nahida pulls. We'll see how that goes, because it's with my pulls, I try to balance it out so that I am guaranteed to get the character. But it all depends on when they show up, how they show up, how many fates I have to use, who shows up with them, all that type of stuff. Oh, also too, we're gonna have drip marketing. What would that be? Like on the 27th, 28th maybe. So Thursday or Friday. So we should have drip marketing there, and we'll get to see who's coming in 3.3. Some people, the rumors going that it's going to be Scaramouche and a character named Fazuran, which we know very little about actually. Except I think they said she was an Animobo, but who knows? They can change things at the last minute. And it's one of those, how much do you want to believe? This is why the live streams are good, because it makes everything official, and like, okay, yes, Nahida's coming, Lila's on the second one, we're gonna fight Scaramouche, and that's gonna be a weekly boss, I believe, kind of like with Chile or with Tartaglia and Signora and stuff. Same idea. So, oh my gosh, so that boss fight looks so hard. I'm glad we have that little helper. I'm pretty sure, of course, that little, which you probably assumed too, but that little helper is Nahida. So it's one of those, Nahida is small, but she's still going to help out, or the little thing I don't think is Nahida herself, but like her power. Maybe even help from the Aranaras, which would be cool. So have all that stuff, and that should be pretty good. Let me just check one more thing before I end the stream. Like I said, Nahida pulls will probably be on the 31st, unless I have some time on the 30th. I'm looking at a post that says, "I'll hype them walking fabulously for 2 seconds is the only crumb we got that live stream, but I'm treating it like a whole feast." Let me see. Yeah, that last artwork with Nahida, it was actually really good, because I mean, it shows like her vulnerability, and what's going on, everything. I have the motherly urge to protect her. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything new. Let me look at the Genshin Impact one. Senior sentiment. Oh, there's some. Could probably show you guys that. Yeah, there's some event wallpapers. What are these guys? Oh, there's Venti. And we have who's Hu Tao and Zhang Ling. Oh, Shinobu and Ito. Up and then Kole. So yeah. It's too bad that they didn't show Kevin, but I mean, I guess he's being a surprise. All right. Well, thank you all for coming and watching the stream with me. If you're watching this on YouTube, like I said, hi from the past, and I'll see you guys again for my Nahida pulse. All right, see ya. Bye.